I'm going to mute all, Alan, so take yourself back off.
Okay, welcome everyone to Team Time. It is June 13th. We are so excited to spend this time with you. Got a lot of fun stuff to cover tonight. A couple of announcements to go over real quick. While we're waiting for other people to jump in with us, go ahead and put in the chat where you're from. Because I know there are several different teams here. Not everyone knows everyone, so put in the chat where you're from and just say hi to everybody. And we are going to jump right into the PowerPoint and get started. So some exciting stuff tonight. Excited. It's one of my favorite topics. We're going to be talking about fishing. I know it sounds weird, like how does that relate to coaching? But we're going to get there. We're going to tie that in. All right, let me go straight to the PowerPoint. There we go. Okay, here we go. I want to start with some announcements first. Every Monday night is our Leadership Zoom with Dr. A. Followed immediately after that by Equipping You for Success. Fantastic coach training. I hope everyone here is taking advantage of that. If you want to grow your business, tune into this training. It is fantastic. Every Wednesday night, Habits of Health webinar, followed by our trilogy presentation. I encourage you guys and for your clients to be involved in those things. Lead with your health first, right? And that's all about incorporating habits of health into our life. That's what these calls are about. Big event coming up that we're super excited about, Optavia National Convention. We are getting so close to this. Couple of things I want to point out. 6/25 is the last day to transfer. So if you are trying to get a transfer ticket from someone who is unable to make it, or if you have an extra ticket that you're trying to get transferred, put that date in your back pocket. You're going to need that. 6/25 is the last day to do a transfer. And 6/30 is the last day to register for convention, unless you are a brand new coach. Then you have a little bit of time beyond that. But if you are not yet registered, you are running out of time very quickly. So don't delay. Get registered quickly for that. Guys, I don't want to just breeze past this. Optavia is such a powerful, powerful, powerful event. I promise you, you do not want to miss that. Now, listen, that does not benefit us at all for you to come to convention, but it benefits you greatly. We have nothing to gain by you coming to convention, but trust me, you have everything in the world to gain. It is such a powerful event. Right before the convention starts on the Wednesday right prior to the 24th is the FIBC party. So several of us there are going to be attending that. That's going to be a lot of fun. Casey and the Sunshine Band, I think, is the special guest band that's there. If you're an 80s fan, you're going to be loving that. So that's going to be a fun time. And then I encourage you to take advantage of this as well. Every Monday through Friday, noon to 1 p.m. is office hours with Hiram and Tiana. Guys, that is open to all teams. We are 4 different teams represented here, but it's open to everyone. So take advantage of that. That is free, absolutely 100% free mentoring available to you all. So take advantage of that. We are going to jump into our training now. So here we go. Excited about it. We're going to talk about fishing, one of my favorite things to talk about. Is your offering attractive? So let me move this here. It's right in my way. We're going to talk about some similarities and differences between fishing and acquiring clients. Now, I got to throw a couple of disclaimers out there, because if you were on the Monday night call, Corey Baker was talking about this. He said, are you using the right bait? And Dr. A was like, we don't like the word bait. So I got disclaimer, just bear with me, show me a little bit of grace. We're going to tie this in, I think, nicely, and you're going to love it. So what you're going to get out of this, is how to think differently about acquiring clients. But worst case scenario, you could be like our friend Napoleon Dynamite here and take your spouse home a delicious bass. So either way, I think there's going to be some good nuggets here for you. So a few differences to remember, just a few disclaimers. If we go on a fishing trip and you say, I got one, well, great. I'm excited. I'm happy for you. And I want to come over and take a picture. That's a good thing to say, but not in coaching. That's not the words we use. And guys, words matter. You know, when we're talking about helping someone change their life from the standpoint of health, we're assisting a new client. That's an exciting, we're assisting a new client. We don't get anyone. We didn't get one. We're not trying to get anybody. So just a little difference there to remember. You know, in fishing, he's on the hook. I just need to reel him in. Well, great. That's awesome. Not in coaching. That's not okay. We're not reeling anybody in. What we want to say is my friend is interested in optimal health. That's awesome. That's exciting. In fishing, I just need to lure him in. Okay, that's cool. Not in coaching. We're sharing our story. We want to share our story and awaken people to what's possible. Because here's the bottom line. When we assist a client, right, their life is getting better. They get to improve. You know, they get to make a positive change in their life. When we catch a fish, well, it doesn't end so well for them. It's not quite the same thing. Little different ending to the story. So just a couple of differences to remember as we tie in how fishing is similar to acquiring clients. All right, let's jump in here. So the first thing you need to understand is a little bit about bass fishing. So I'm gonna give you a little bass fishing lesson. Number one, and this is a biggie, you gotta fish where the fish are, right? I know that sounds simple, but it's pretty effective. It doesn't really matter how good of a fisherman you are. If you don't fish where the fish are, you're not gonna have much luck. So fish where the fish are. Number two, are you using the right bait? As Corey Baker said the other night, are you using the right bait? And then Dr. A was like, we don't like the word bait. So we're going to tie that in, so just give me a little grace here. Number three, is your offering attractive? So when I'm talking about fishing, what I mean is your offering attractive, you got to present the lure to the bass, right? You can't just throw it out there and expect the bass to bite. You got to kind of play with it a little bit, make the lure do a little dance or a jig. You know, there's actually a lure called a jig, right? And the little things that you can do, little techniques that you can do to make the lure look more attractive so the bass will strike it, right? Because when it comes to bass, right, they like to hide in places. They're ambush predators. So you see this tree right here. That tree provides shade. So they like to get up under those trees in the water there where the shade is. They like to hang out by these logs. They're ambush predators, so they're waiting. They're opportunistic. They're just waiting for an opportunity to come by, but they get up in and around these logs. Or they'll be over here in these root balls. Those root balls underwater make these nice little caves. It's the perfect cover for bass. So you got to understand this when it comes to bass fishing. You have to understand where the fish are, why they are there, and what they're doing. Because if you just throw your lure out in the middle of the water and hope the fish are going to come and take your bait, you're going to be sitting there for a long time, and then you're going to go home empty-handed, and your spouse is going to look at you and say, where's the fish? And nobody wants to go home and have to face that. Trust me, I know a little bit about that. So when we're talking about coaching, is your offering attractive? What it is you're offering, is that attractive to your audience? You know, if you were, put yourself in their shoes. If you were someone else, would you want what you're offering? Would you want what you have? Now, you know, it may sound simple, but listen, when I first started, when I had my first conversation with Hiram and Tiana, I wasn't looking to get healthy. I had no desire to get healthy. I didn't even think I was unhealthy. But they presented it in a way that was very attractive to me. And there was something there that I knew I wanted and needed. I didn't really know what it was yet, but there was something that I knew that I needed and wanted. And it's because they presented it in a very attractive way. Number two, are you leading with your health? That kind of matters, right? When you're serious about your own health journey and you're progressing forward with your health, people watch that. They pay attention. Do you make it look easy? That's a big one, guys. Are you complaining? I don't like the food. The food doesn't taste good. Or I'm hungry, you know, or whatever negative thing. Are you sharing that? Or do you make it look easy? Because it really is easy. The 5-in-1 is the easiest plan I've ever seen in my life. And I want to tell everyone how easy it is. Make it look easy. Are you excited about it? You know, we tend to forget. A lot of times we get caught up in comparative reality and we're not thankful or grateful for the amazing things that are happening in our own life. Be excited about those things. That excitement is contagious. Are you celebrating your non-scale victories? What has getting healthy done for you? And it could be something small. Like for me, bending over to tie my shoes and not feeling like I was going to pass out. That was huge for me. That's a small, insignificant thing, but to me, it was big. And that might be really big for someone else. Or maybe you have more energy. That could be huge to a parent who wants to spend more time with their kids. Are you celebrating these non-scale victories? Getting healthy opened up rock climbing to me. Margie and I go rock climbing all the time. We have this much bigger, more exciting life now. These are huge non-scale victories. Now, climbing may not be for everyone, and that's okay, but people are looking for, and you never know what someone's going to identify with. So celebrate your non-scale victories, because that's going to resonate with someone. Are you consistently sharing your progress in your journey? Does anyone know, or has anyone ever heard of Waldrug in South Dakota? If you haven't, let me just tell you, it's this little tourist trap. There's nothing special about it, except for, as you're going across, I think it's Interstate 90 or 80, whichever. But as you're going across interstate, about 200 miles before you get there, you start seeing signs for Waldrug. And every few miles, you see another sign. And at first, you don't even pay attention. You're not even interested. But you see another sign, and another sign, and another sign, and another sign. And it just keeps going. And all of a sudden, you start to be interested. What in the world is this Waldrug place? After about 50 signs, you're like, I've got to stop and see what this is all about. And again, it's not about Waldrug, but it's the way they have marked. They consistently are showing these signs. So when you are consistently sharing your journey, people are going to be attracted to that. Are you focused on giving instead of getting? These are two really different things. When you're looking at someone, like, I could grow my business, they would be a great client. They'll be a client for a long time. If you see someone with dollar signs on their head, you're looking at them the wrong way. When you're focused on giving instead of getting, like, what can I do for this person? What do they have to gain? That's a huge mindset difference. Are you a weight loss coach, or are you a transformational coach? So these are all ways to make your offering look attractive. A weight loss coach versus a transformational coach, if you don't know what that is, a transformational coach, you're offering all areas of the trilogy. For me, weight loss was not even something I was looking for. It wasn't even attractive to me. What really got me excited about becoming, an Optavia client and coach was the business opportunity. People are looking for different areas of the trilogy. When you're just a weight loss coach, if you are only ever offering healthy body to someone, that's like someone is drowning and you throw them one of those little donut things, whatever they are, the little, I don't know what it's called, the little floaty thing. You throw them one of those, but there's no rope attached. Yeah, you might save their life. They're not going to drown anymore, but now they're just floating away. You got to have the rope attached to that. Reel them in, bring them into the boat. That's offering the full transformation, the full health trilogy of healthy body, healthy mind, healthy finances. All right, back to our fishing. To catch a fish, you have to think like a fish, right? Remember, you got to know where the fish are. They're up under the tree or by that log over there or in that root ball. You got to think like a fish in order to be an effective fisherman. On the same way, to acquire clients, you have to think like a client. You have to put yourself in their shoes, in their situation. What do they want? It's not what I want. Yeah, I would love to have every client in the world. That would be great. But it's not about me. It's about them. What do they want? And what do they need? Right? We're looking for a person's pain point. Do you know what a pain point is? That's simply something they want and they don't have. Right? And that could be to feel better. That could be to get off medications. That could be to have more money or to have more time to spend with their family. And everybody has a pain point. When you have a conversation with someone, if you can identify that pain point, then that's what we try to do to awaken them to what's possible. Because that's what we do as a coach when we are, trying to assist clients, is we're trying to give them options. We are looking for people who are looking for options, and we have answers. What would be better for them if they were healthy? See, that's what we want to know. It's not weight loss itself that matters. It's what weight loss will give them, right? For me, that meant rock climbing. You know, for someone else, it might mean being able to play with their kids, you know, having the energy, having, you know, just being able to do something like that. Go to the store without being winded. You know, what area of the trilogy would benefit them the most? Healthy body, healthy mind, healthy finances. We want to offer all three areas of our trilogy, because if you can help them paint this picture, then you can help them change their life. And that's huge, guys. You want to help them see this, because when they see the picture that you're painting, if you can help them to do that, then they are now intrinsically motivated, and they're going to do this with or without you. And that's huge, right? And like I said, I didn't even know I needed to get healthy. I thought I was healthy enough. I was fine. But I lost 65 pounds, and my life got immensely better because of that. When we're talking about fishing, it requires skill to fish. You know, to get up under that tree, it's hard to cast up under. You know, you got to have a lot of accuracy when you come to bass fishing. So you're not throwing your lure up in the trees. You know, to get around those logs or to get under that root ball, you have to have a lot of precision, a lot of accuracy when you cast. It requires skill to be a good bass fisherman. Well, the same way, to be an effective health coach, it requires skill. There's skill sets involved, but the skills, the opportunities to develop your skill are all in place. We have everything you need, a great system already in place. You just have to plug into it. First thing you need to remember is we are sharing and caring, not selling and telling. That's a huge difference right there. When you're selling and telling, it's about you. You're trying to get something. When you're sharing and caring, it's not about you. It's about them. You're trying to give something. Huge difference. Be empathetic. Listen more and talk less when you're talking to a client, because it's not about you, it's about them. You're going to learn a lot more by listening. Excuse me. Live out loud. When you're posting on social media and just in your life in general, live out loud and have fun. Be fun and add value to their life. When your life is consistently getting better because you're getting healthy, people see that. They're watching and they're paying attention, but you got to show them that. Use the tools that we have, guys. We have so many tools in place for you. The tracker, great way to keep organized. Your support team, plug into your support team, know who that is, and don't be afraid to talk to them. You're not bugging us. Guys, we want you to talk to us. Leadership calls, Monday night calls, huge training opportunities there. There's so much value in that call. I hope you're plugging into that. The events, Optavia Convention is coming up. This is a huge event. Team time right here, right now. Every Thursday night, we'll have this call. You know, get to know your team. Get to know the people that are doing well. You know, watch what they do. There are different training calls, all kinds of opportunities. Plug into these things. Follow the leaders. When you see people being successful, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just do what they do. They're successful for a reason. Success leaves clues. They know what they're doing. So if it's working for them, it's going to work for you. And then be attractive with your offering. Just model simplicity. This is such an easy program. It's such an amazing program. If a new restaurant opened in your town and you went and you had a great dining experience, you would go tell all your friends, oh, that was so awesome. You got to go. The service was great and the food was so good and blah, blah, blah. You would be so excited about it. It's the same thing with our offering. Getting healthy is so much much easier than I thought. Model the simplicity of our program. You have to be willing to try something different. Maybe you have to cast different. To get under that tree, you gotta do like this sideways cast with your arm. You can't do this overhand cast. If you cast overhand, your bait goes in the trees. So you have to try something different when it comes to bass fishing. You might have to try a different lure. They may not be biting on the bait that you're using. You might need to switch to a different color. Top water or bottom water. There are different types of baits. You might have to try a different technique. These are all things you have to do with bass fishing. Well, the same thing. You might have to try something a little bit different when it comes to your approach. You need to get out of your comfort zone sometimes, right? We don't like that. Some ways to do that. Do a Facebook Live. Ask a friend to share your transformation picture. Create your scared list. You know what a scared list is? That's that we all have our scared list. It's people that you have a high level of respect for, but you're kind of afraid to talk to them because Well, they're just a little intimidating for whatever reason. Maybe they're super successful, or maybe they're super popular, or whatever the reason is. But it's someone you would love to have on your team, but you're just afraid to talk to them. Create that scared list and start interacting with those people. Get out of that comfort zone. Start conversations. I'm getting ready to bring Melanie Bill on. She's a master at starting conversations. But start conversations wherever you go. Follow up, follow up, follow up. Everyone that you talk to, put them on your follow-up list so you can continue, so they don't get lost in the shuffle. Post stories. Stories are huge, guys. All of the social media algorithms are trending towards stories. So not only post stories, but comment on stories as well. When you comment on someone else's story, it goes directly to their inbox. So you've got a conversation started right there. Treat social media like a bank account. Add value. Use the F's. And the F's are like finance, fitness, faith, fashion, couple more. But those are good things to post about. And send birthday wishes to people. This is a great way to start conversations as well. Send birthday wishes before or after their birthday, not the day of. And the reason for that is you're just white noise if you do it the day of. If you send someone a birthday wish on their birthday because they're getting 5 million of those, you're just white noise. But if you do it the day before or the day after, then you're alone in doing that. And so you pop up onto their mind. Plus you're tweaking the algorithms. So I'm going to bring Melanie on right now. Melanie Beal is Integrated Regional Director, and she's going to talk to us about starting conversations every day. So Mel, are you live with us?
Hey guys, I am here. Can you hear me?
Go ahead, Mel. Yeah, yep, loud and clear. Go ahead.
Hey guys, this is Melanie Bill, or Mel as a lot of you know me as. And Alan says I'm great at starting conversations. I think I just got lucky in that regard. Basically, I work full-time as a nursing supervisor here at our local hospital. So my fishing pool consists of 2,500 employees, basically, more or less, because I work day shift and I work midnights, and we do opposite rotation. So I'm back and forth with everybody. So, and I'm walking the halls all the time, going to every single floor. So everybody is looking around saying, hey, what's going on with you? I put that picture that Alan, you had up there, was when I had first lost 30 pounds. That's when I started coaching. That's been probably, in August, it'll be 2 years. And once we put that post up, Alan, my news feed just blew up, didn't it? I mean, up to that point, you know, some people at work knew I was in the program. I've been in the program with them, and they go, oh, there's Bill, eat your little bar. Go ahead and eat your $12 lunch from the cafeteria and feel like crap later. You know, we'll just continue on, just laugh if you need to, whatever. So then after we put that post up, then it just blew up. Alan had to work with me for a good week, didn't we, Alan? Just over and over and over, doing tons of health assessments every night after work for that whole week, helping me, showing me, modeling how to do the health assessments and talk to people and then sign up my first few clients and stuff. But drop a chat in the one if you guys feel like you're pretty competent at starting conversations. See how many we got there, and give me a 2 if you feel like you struggle with trying to offer this program to other people. What's a 1.5 mean? Mindy's got a 1.5 on there. Okay, she's kind of wavering there a little bit. But anyway, I just think for me, it's easy. I drop it into plugging stuff into a hotel, and I stop at the desk and I'll say, well, thank God I lost 60 pounds. You know, this is a lot easier carrying this stuff in. And so that'll spin off on a conversation. I was at Target one time trying on bathing suit or looking for bathing suits, and a lady and I started talking about weight loss, and all of a sudden there's 3 women standing around waiting, you know, asking questions and stuff. I ran back out to the car and got some cards. Did I get a client from that? No. Did I get a Facebook friend? Yes. Will she become a client sometime? Who knows? I think Alan's right about doing the birthday wishes and stuff. That's something I'm not very good at doing. And I'm also not very good at doing follow-ups yet. I'm hoping to get more time to work on that here soon in the future. As soon as I quit my nursing job, I'm quitting in about 3 more months. So hopefully I'll have more time to do more of the Facebook algorithms and all that crap. Also, I have probably 200 people on my client tracker as far as people that I have started conversation with. Because anytime I talk to somebody, I go back on the track, add the name on there, and am I frozen here? Everybody hear me okay?
You're coming in and out a little bit.
I know, it says my internet connection's unstable. Kind of like me. Feeling that way right now. But anyway, what else did I have on here? Just anywhere you go, anyway, you can always, people just flip out when you tell them you've lost 60 pounds. But then when they start asking about it, I try to do the transformational coaching now. It's not always about weight loss. And also, when they start asking me, I'm like, well, are you asking for me, for you, or for somebody, one of your friends or family? Because you certainly don't want to offend somebody who doesn't think they need to lose weight. You know, let them be the one to come to you and tell you what they want and what they need. And then, like Alan said, try to work on spinning it towards their why. You know, we want to help them. We're offering them something, not selling them something. Don't feel like I ever and pushy about it. You know, I used to have a problem, whatever, go take a month and write down, now freezing again, take a month and go write down how much you spent, and then we'll come back and we'll talk then. That's probably about all I got. It sounds like my internet's going in and out.
Well, that was great, Mel. Thanks for sharing that. And Mel is an absolute pro at starting conversations. She's wherever she goes, she's starting a conversation with people, and she is bold. And that's what it takes, guys. So let me go back to the PowerPoint. We got just a couple of minutes left. So let me wrap this up. Okay, so finally, when it comes to bass fishing, you just have to cover a lot of ground. You can't just keep casting in the same hole and expect to keep catching fish. The bass are either attracted to what you're offering or they are not. So you just cover a lot of ground, and you just keep going, and you just keep casting. Right before Hiram caught this fish right here, he had fished half of the river and was ready to give up. And he told me that. He's like, man, it was just, I just felt like I would be more productive to pull my phone out and get some work done. I might as well just have a nice, beautiful float on the river and get some work done because I'm not catching any fish. But he said, you know what? I said, just one more cast. I'm just going to keep going and just one more cast. And boom, he just lands this monster right here. So, and it's the same thing, right? We can get a little discouraged sometimes. We do a post and it's like, I didn't get anything on it. I did a post and nobody responded. I didn't get any likes on it. So, well, that's it. I quit. No, consistency is the key. Just keep going. Be patient. So, you know, cover ground. We want to cover a lot of ground. So here's some ways to do that. Join interesting groups. I'm in rock climbing groups. You know, whatever hobbies that you're into or what are things that you're interested in, there are Facebook groups for that. Join those groups and start interacting. Interact, and start making friends there. That's a whole new circle of influence for you. Get involved at your church or in your community. That's a whole new friend group for you right there. Every group you are part of, that's an entire circle of influence because they all have circles of influence as well. So get involved with more people. Grow your circle of influence and keep going. Just one more cast. Here's your formula for success right here. If you want massive action and momentum, many of you, especially if you've been around here very long, you know all about this. 3, 3, and 3. Add 3 friends a day to Facebook. Post 3 times a day, only one being a health post, and not always a before and after. You know, add healthy recipes and share non-scale victories, things like that as well. But only one of those a day, and start 3 conversations. And if you want more action and more momentum, do 5-5-5 or 10-10-10. You're going to get out of this what you put into it. And finally, I'm going to wrap up with this here. Listen to your mentors, guys. We're here for a reason. Listen, Hiram was he's my fishing buddy now. We have so much fun on the river. I've been bass fishing all my life, so I know a thing or two about bass fishing. Hiram's a smart guy. He could have said, I know what I'm doing, just let me do it. Or no, I think I want to do it this way. No, he listened to everything I told him to do, and he caught fish. He didn't argue. He didn't think there was a better way. He simply did what I told him to do, and he had success. And the same is vice versa. When I started as a health coach, Hiram's my mentor, and I just operated at the speed of trust. I did what he told me to do. Sometimes it was uncomfortable. Sometimes I didn't think it would work, and I wanted to argue with him. But I just did what he told me to do, and I saw my business grow as a result. So guys, listen to your mentors. That's what we're here for. You're going to grow. That's all I got, guys. Thank you so much. Hiram, that's you can stop the recording. Thank you guys for showing up. It's been a